Thank you very much, Shri C.R. Patilji, Honorable Minister, Government of India, the eminent panelists, and dear friends. This is indeed one of the most important topics on which we are deliberating today, because in every country and also in India, we are finding it more and more difficult to manage water. Water is something which we cannot create, and unfortunately, since it's a gift of nature, the human tendency is whatever we get free, we tend to abuse, and that is what has happened about the water. And I think it is high time that all of us come together to not just deliberate, but put our deliberations into action. And there comes the clarion call of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji with this River City Alliance. We are trying to protect our rivers, we are trying to conserve our rivers, we are trying to conserve our water bodies. And I think that is need of the day. Today with climate change, we are experiencing vagaries of nature. Those areas which were claimed to be assured rainfall zone are now water deficit, and every drop of water counts in all those areas. Mostly our rivers are polluted to some extent because of our industrialization, but more so because of the discharge of liquid waste from the cities and the villages into our rivers. And consequently, it is not just affecting our ability to provide clean drinking water, but it is also polluting our Mother Earth, which gives us food. There is huge contamination seen in the farm sector because of this water pollution. And that is why I think it is a need of the day that we act on it. Moreover, as I've already said, that we cannot create water, but yes, we can conserve water. Water conservation is something which is most important. In a state like Maharashtra, which is around 52% drought prone, in 2015 we launched a campaign called Jalyukt Shivar, which is a water conservation model for the state of Maharashtra. Out of our 40,000 villages, we actually could figure out that 24,000 villages are drought prone. And we started this water conservation scheme there, whereby it was not government driven scheme, but it was a scheme with people's participation. We actually involved the communities. We told the communities to contribute in terms of labor, in terms of whatever contribution they could give. We engaged with the communities. We educated them in the science of water. And the result was, a time came when the communities started planning how to conserve the water. They started water budgeting. They started believing that they can solve their problem, and the water budget included the amount of water they will require to drink, the amount of water they will require for irrigation, and also non-irrigational purposes. And then the water deficit was calculated, and based on that water deficit, various things, various structures were planned, various treatments were planned to conserve every drop of water. And I'm happy to tell you that in first 5 years, we could complete it in 20,000 villages. And these 20,000 villages become almost drought free. Why I say almost? They created a capacity that if there is a rainfall deficit of 15%, still they will be able to conserve the water, preserve the water for their entire use. If it is more than 15%, then of course, you cannot do anything. And I think what it actually did for the farmers, it enhanced their capacity to take multiple crops. It enhanced their capacity to do horticulture. It actually enhanced their capacity to earn more. Now, we have recently launched the third phase of this Jalyukt Shivar. Until second phase, it was creation of various structures. One of the model was farm pond on demand. One of the model was desilting of tanks, old tanks, which Honorable Minister mentioned. All of us know that the silt which is available in the tank is so rich that if that silt is brought to the fields of farmers, they don't require artificial manure, they don't require any artificial treatment for at least 3-4 years. So we started a model where we used to provide diesel, and the communities came together, they used to desilt, and again for farmers to carry that silt into their farms, we used to subsidize and they used to take it to their farms. On one hand, the capacity of tanks to hold water was increasing, and on the other hand, the farmers were benefiting with very good crop. Now we have launched the third model. In this third model, we have mapped every single structure which we have built, and we know that water conservation is not one time job. You have to go on doing it, because ultimately they get silted one again. So the structures which we created in the year one, we are now again targeting them, we'll be treating them, we'll making them again, to prepare to hold the water when they were created. And I must tell you that when the government of India came up with a report in 2020, it was a report for year 2019. Anyone can see the report. It says that in the entire country, in almost barring 2-3, almost all states, the water level went down. The only state where almost in the entire state water level went up was the state of Maharashtra. I think with this model, now we want to use technology. Today, IoT and AI will provide us a lot of power to monitor and to actually map the effects. So in our phase 3, we'll be using technology to monitor this entire scheme, and I think that has changed lives of people. Having said that, on one hand, you have to do the water conservation, but on other hand, the most necessary thing is to treat the water. Unless we start reusing the water, we will not be able to supply water to the rapid urbanization, the urban population. State like Maharashtra, which is more than 50% urban, one can imagine that 50% of the population lives in 40,000 villages and 50% population lives in just 500 cities. With a mega city like Mumbai. So we actually started a policy where we have decided that every industrial park would mandatorily use reused water, and if in a 50-kilometer area treated water is available, they will make it a point that they use that water for industries. And we also created a model where for our thermal power stations, we are using the water from the cities, treated water from the cities. In city like Nagpur, we created a model where on the BOT basis, without investing a single rupee, the facility was created for water treatment. The entire treated water goes to the thermal power station, and the thermal power station is not only paying user charges to the BOT operator, but it's also paying royalty to the corporation. So without investing a penny, the water is treated and it is reused. I think this is a model where we want to work more. In city like Mumbai, we always had those settling tanks which were created by the British government, Britishers. And in last 10 years, in Modiji's government, we have actually created for the first time the standards of discharging water in sea. We all know that everywhere in our country, mostly where megapolis are there, the sea is stinky. Because in our country, we never had discharge standards for discharging treated water into sea. But I am thankful to the central government. Maharashtra went to the central government and Modi ji himself intervened and the new standards were created. And now the biggest treatment facility in the India is being created in Mumbai. And there, using this water, we can give it tertiary treatment and we can use it for various purposes. So I think today we have to do water reuse and we have to tackle the water pollution. Our rivers are polluted because of our lack of capacity to invest in sewage treatment. But I must thank the Government of India. Government of India with its various initiatives has now enabled us to access to different funds through which we can create this capacity. In the big cities, we can still do it on BOT basis. But in the small cities, we need access to the funds, which fortunately, due to various programs of Government of India, the work has started. And I'm sure this investment which the Government of India is doing in all the urban areas will transform the way we look at our rivers. Most of the city rivers have been converted into nalas, canals, sewage canals. They will no more be like that. In state of Maharashtra, with the help of central government and with the help of JICA from Japan, we have undertaken two ambitious projects. One is Mula Mutha River of Pune, whereby we are creating a huge network of STPs and will make the river flow like it used to flow 200 years back. And same initiative we have taken for the Nag River, which is at Nagpur. A 2,000 crore projects funded by JICA is underway, and same treatment facility we are creating. And now, with the help of central government, lot of technologies are also developed for small villages, because sewage treatment, we used to think, and that was the fact, was a very expensive thing for the rural community to get access to. But I think with new technologies, the technology developed by NIRI, the technology developed by many other institutions, we can leverage those technologies to actually treat the sewage water in the rural areas as well. So I think we are progressing well. But having said that, I feel we need to do more. If you ask me, I would say, as a chief minister, I am not doing more. I have to do it more, because we do not have unlimited time. This issue of climate change we are experiencing every day. We cannot wait more. But I am sure forums like this, and with the help of experts, we can create a new ecosystem to bring sustainability into the water issues, to rejuvenate our rivers and make them flow like they used to flow 400, 300 years back. And I'm sure that when we share the best practices together, we'll be able to perform and transform. I would once again like to thank the organizers for giving me this forum, and I thank you all for patiently listening to me. Thank you. Jai Hind.